All right, so there's a few different dynamics here. The folks that were here tonight were protesting the idea of using herbicides to control weed population in the lake. And certainly that's a controversial issue because there's a lot of property owners that feel that's the solution, because it was something that was done in Chautauqua Lake many years ago. That was kind of their take on this, is let's look for other solutions besides using herbicides. My point, and what I said earlier, was that the Alliance, which is the organization that has applied herbicides, doesn't rely exclusively on county funding. Therefore, we can say you can't use our money for that, meaning county taxpayer money, but that doesn't restrict them from actually using herbicides because they have other funding. The landmass around Chautauqua Lake comprises only 1% of the landmass in Chautauqua County, but they actually provide 24% of the property taxes in Chautauqua Lake. So it is an economic driver. Now that, in addition to the property taxes, is an amazing economic driver for our community. As we all know, all the businesses, all the folks that come here to visit the lake, that spend their money here, the sales tax that's generated, the jobs that are generated, so on and so forth. Because first of all, the lake is usable. It's certain times of the year when we have issues that develop, and in certain areas of the lake where we have issues that develop, like weeds, like algal blooms. That does not spread, that's not the entire lake. It's certain areas of the lake, number one, and it's at certain times of the year, number two. So in general, the lake is usable. As far as fisheries and so forth, in fact, weeds are a healthy thing for fisheries, because this is where fish go to seek shelter, and this is where fishermen can go to actually find fish. So if there were theoretically no weeds in the lake, you actually wouldn't have as good a fishing experience. So that too is a bit of a misnomer. The efforts that we make, are not going to be the cure-all answer, but they do make incremental improvements. Before they started harvesting weeds, it was a major problem. It's still a problem, but it's a somewhat more manageable problem. Are herbicides the answer? I don't necessarily think so, but I think that at this moment they did a very small test to see if that's a possibility. We need to see what the results of that study are. Then you can have the debate as to whether or not you want to use herbicides and how safe they are, but at least I think we need to know what our options are.